Hello guys, this is Denal coming at you with another Mega Construx video. In today's episode, we are on to Halo Heroes Series 4, continuing the Every Halo Heroes series. This series came out around the time of Halo Wars 2, so a lot of the figures are based off that, or just a couple of them, but sorry if I sound a little weird today. I'm coming down with a bit of a cold, but shouldn't be too bad. So yeah, let's just get started. So this is our fourth series. Continuing, we have 6 figures, and 3 of which are Spartans, 1 alien, and 2 humans. Let's just get started with the figures. So first up, I know I have these all kind of posed in their own ways. None of them come like this, by the way, but yeah. So starting out, we have Oni Dare. So Dare is from the Halo 3 ODST game, which would be the I believe the fourth Halo game to come out. So Dare is a little bit of an interesting design. So she uses mostly the ODST armor, as you can see here, but she doesn't actually use an ODST helmet. So as you can see here, she uses the Spartan Recon helmet. Cool choice, interesting choice, but definitely not the norm. So this is the complete Dare. She comes with her helmet, which is I'm struggling to put back in her hand, an unpainted SOCOM pistol. She comes with a swappable head, and then her armor as well as her stand. So here's the dark red stand. I suppose that's what I can label the different series off of when they're still using the Phase 1 base plates. So yeah, Dare is interesting in a couple ways in that they had not fully developed a unique female ODST armor yet. So if I remember correctly, Dare, I believe, uses a Spartan body. So if I take her off of this stand here, yep, I was right. Dare uses a female Spartan torso. Focus, please. So yeah, she uses a female Spartan torso as well as a Spartan waist here, which is a little odd that they wouldn't make the female Marine or female ODST chest available for a figure like this. So, I mean, you don't see it really, but it's kind of hidden down here. Anyway, that's just an odd little tidbit, as well as you may recognize this head in the last video I talked about Spartan Palmer. This is actually, oh man, does not like her skin tone. Very yellow. Picking up on the camera, I mean. It's mixing with the blonde. Anyway, this is, as I mentioned in the last video, I thought Spartan Palmer had a unique head mold. I remembered I got reused for one thing, and that was Dare. I think it services well enough. You know, Dare has a ponytail. Her hair kind of slicked back like this in the game. Though, you know, it's like an okay reuse. It's obviously a part that fits a lot more for Palmer than it does for Dare, but I'd love one day to get a unique head mold for her, because she does have in-game a special headband right there. Like kind of like a techie kind of headband, I don't know. Anyway, yeah, that's Dare. Pretty cool figure. Unfortunately, nowadays, she's kind of outclassed by the Dare that came in the 20th character pack. I would recommend to get that version if you want a Dare, but if you want that head, you need this version. All right, moving on to our second figure. This is Spartan Argus. So this mold was actually probably originally made for Linda, as in Halo 5, Linda uses this armor set. Really interesting deco here. I don't know the name of this paint scheme or whatever, but so she has white on the legs, white, you have yellow, white, and then the blue, glossy blue is the main finish. I think it looks really cool, though I don't have much uses for this figure. Her weapon is a battle rifle painted in the same color scheme as her armor with a little bit of light blue there, which is a little interesting. I have this figure in a pose of her like running away with running away with her gun. Maybe she's gonna flip it up into battle position. There we go. So yeah, this is Spartan Argus. Not too special, but you know, it's decent enough. Here we have probably the most interesting figure from this series. This is Decimus. So as I mentioned before, this is coming out around the time of Halo Wars 2. Decimus was one of the new characters for that game, so it makes sense, especially since we got Atriox in the last series. So Decimus actually reuses mostly Atriox's parts, actually. Same shoulder, so like both of his shoulders are Atriox's left shoulder, same chest, legs, everything. But the unique mold he has is for his head, which is purely unique to Decimus. Every Decimus figure we've gotten up to this point uses this head. Pretty nice. I think it's a really nice one with the way they did the tattoos or just the paint on there. He's pretty unique looking for a brute. I feel like most of them don't really have haircuts just like this. He kind of has like the flat top. Anyway, so Decimus comes with a painted gravity hammer, which I believe is accurate to in-game. And yeah, so Decimus is a very interesting Heroes figure, as he's one of the only characters to have multiple Heroes figures. Decimus comes back in, I believe, series, oh man, is it 15? I believe Decimus is back in series 15, which is extremely odd because like the figure is almost identical. I'll do a comparison one day, but the figures are almost identical. So then, you know, I believe in series 15, Decimus was a reuse. I believe they had extras and they're like, you know, crap, we don't have a new figure made. We just have to get these out, put Decimus in. We have extra stock. Decimus has been made 3 different times, both in Heroes as well as he comes in the Frost Raven. I'm trying to track down that version right now, but because I think they're all near identical, which is quite funny. But yeah, cool figure. He's one of the easiest named characters to get in Mega because there's just so many of him. And he's not very popular, as, spoiler alert, he doesn't really live past Halo Wars 2. Alright, let's move on to a named character here. We have Spartan Madsen. So this is continuing the Fireteam Majestic series, as in last series I believe we had Hoya, before that DeMarco, and before that we had Thorn, right, I believe. Anyway, so Madsen's pretty standard with the other guys, you know, not much new here. You know, right shoulder or left shoulder with the Majestic symbol, blue color scheme with white paint, uses the recon armor. His sniper rifle isn't painted all too special, just some little black highlights, but it's whatever. I don't know. You know, it's just the next Majestic figure. Needed to collect them all. It's fine. Now here we have probably my personal favorite from the series. This is Captain Cutter. You'll know him from, he's the probably the main character of Halo Wars. You play as him in at least in Halo Wars 1. But yeah, so Cutter had never been made before, and he uses some new parts. So he uses a brand new mold for his head and for his chest. The chest is actually, a lot of the stuff isn't actually paint, it's molded in there. Like you can physically feel these parts, the folds of his uniform. Super good. He looks just out of the game, really. Basically, you couldn't have a better Cutter figure than this. Maybe a little darker green, I would say, but other than that, nah, he's great. He actually comes with what this is supposed to be, is Isabel. In Halo Wars 2, Cutter gets a new companion AI, which is Isabel, but unfortunately, really unfortunately, this piece is just Cortana again. This hologram is just the Cortana piece. So the hair matches Cortana, not Isabel. Same with the body. So, you know, from a first glance, it won't really matter, but I'd one day like to get a specific piece for Isabel. But as you notice, unlike Lego hands, Mega hands can't really hold studs like this. So my solution, this piece doesn't come with the figure, but I take one of these for my AI and I slap them on here, and then I slide it into the side of the hand like so. So then the AI can sit like a chip, like Chief does with Cortana. Yeah, Cutter comes with a actually painted this time, painted Magnum. He doesn't really use it in game, but you know, it makes sense. Probably his holster here, painted boots. Super great, great figure, great figure. And then last but maybe least is Spartan Wetwork. So I'm pretty sure this is the debut of this armor in Mega Construx form. I don't know if we had gotten in any other sets beforehand. But yeah, so Wetwork is this all red design. Obviously new armor with the head. I actually really like this armor. The head is kind of cool, but also kind of weird because like how are you seeing my guy? But yeah, so he has some dark red paintwork all over the armor as well as a little bit of white. Really, I'll take him off the stand for this. The design on the back is quite impressive. Look at that. That's probably the best part of printing on the whole figure. And that looks so cool. Now, an unfortunate part is that his legs are completely unpainted. What? Where is the paint on your legs, my guy? It almost makes him look like a little naked down here. Like, this part of the figure is all great, but then you look at the legs and it's like, what? It makes it look really bad, I think. He also comes equipped with a fuel rod gun. And if my memory serves, this is the only time we've gotten the fuel rod gun in Mega Construx Heroes. This is the only time we've gotten this style in Heroes. No other figures come with it. So he's unique for that aspect. Pretty cool. I would say of like the multiplayer Spartans, I'd probably put him in like a B tier. You know, around there. So yeah, that's all the figures. Oh no, Wetwork. Poor guy. Maybe the paint fell off his legs and he slipped on it. All right, so here, Hero Series 4. Overall, I think this series is closer to like a C tier, in the grand scheme of things, as I think Dare is pretty good for the time, yet outdated nowadays. The Argus is just okay. Decimus is a good figure, but you know, a lot of reused parts, not a lot of unique stuff, as well as, you know, not a super popular character. Madsen, very standard, just continuing the Majestic line, not special. Cutter, best figure of the series, probably almost an S tier figure in his own right. And Spartan Wetwork, which would have been a great figure, just those legs are completely unpainted. So yeah, I'd probably put this series in a C tier. As I mentioned before in the other episodes, I'm wanting to do a Halo Mega Heroes tier list one day. Probably once I have all 18 episodes out. And this is only 4 of the 18. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. Tell me your thoughts of this series below. Do you think I'm underrating it? Am I overrating it? What's your favorite from the lot? Subscribe for more Mega Construx videos. The channel is steadily growing. Got a lot more content coming out. I'm hoping I can get over this cold as soon as possible. This episode will be out later today. So thanks so much for watching. Hope you have a good day.